Let's tuttle bone a chicken. Other than a chicken and cutting board, you'll need a sharp boning knife. So I like to start on the inside where the soft pelvic bone is. I just run my knife along the small bone and down around the back. If the tail is still attached, you'll want to actually separate it from the spine and get underneath to the lower back. After those small cuts are made, I'll flip the chicken over and press in on the hip joints and pop the legs out. Using the tip of the knife, I'm looking to separate the ball and socket joint. From here, I like to use my fingers to push the flesh and the skin off the back to mitigate any risk of piercing the skin. For the tough spots, I'll use the tip of my knife to help the separation until I reach the middle of the back. Now, working from the top down, I'll insert my knife to loosen up as much skin as I can and try to meet the lower half that's already cut. It's important to make sure your knife slides underneath the blade bone on the back to help separate the rib cage. This is a tricky step, so feeling underneath the skin with your fingers to help gauge where to cut is a must. Once you've loosened up the back and rib cage, you can pretty much cut through the rib bones down the middle to release them. From here, you should just be able to pull out the back. Okay, next will be cutting the breastbone out from the inside. Starting on either side, you'll just follow the breastplate to the sternum bone with your knife. I will usually use my fingers to just pinch the bone away from the chicken breast and then cut any remaining cartilage. After that, just cut the wings and wishbone away from the shoulder joints, and you should be able to just pull the breastplate out in one go. To debone the thighs, I push out the leg to expose the flesh inside of the thigh. I'll just run my knife down the middle of the femur and cut out the bone. Then, at the top of the drumstick bone, I'll cut and scrape as much meat and tissue away as possible to free up the bone. Make a ring cut around the bottom of the drumstick bone and twist and pull out. For the wing, you'll also want to make a ring cut around the bicep area. And just like the drumstick cut and scrape method from before, we will do the same thing to the wing bone. Okay, now that all the major bones are cut out, I always do a fine check for any slivers of bone or hard cartilage that I missed. Excellent! Now we have a fully tunnel-boned or glove-boned chicken. This can be used in a multitude of ways, for instance, stuffing it with sausage and roasting it. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, or you can switch it up and subscribe and then like. Thanks again. Adios.